I'd like to call to order the February 7th, 2012 meeting of Bowling Green City Commission. I would invite you to stand with us as Pastor Ed Gent, the Minister of Education at Eastwood Baptist Church, offers our invocation, and Commissioner Nash will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance after. Thank you, Mr. Gent.
Let's pray together. Jesus, we love you and we praise you for your love and your mercy and your grace. And God, we just humbly come before you tonight, thanking you for your guidance and your leadership and your authority. God, we just praise you for having a city that sees prayer as important. And God, I thank you for our elected officials and ask your blessings upon them. I pray for the commissioners in this room that you bless them and their families. And God, we just pray that we make decisions tonight that honor you and that you guide us in all that we do. And we'll be careful to give you all the glory and the praise and honor for what we do. And we just thank you for loving us. In your holy and precious name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Please face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor. Appreciate it. Please call the roll.
Commissioner Waltrip.
Here.
Commissioner Denning is absent. Commissioner Hill is absent. Commissioner Nash.
Here.
Mayor Wilkerson.
Here. I spoke with Mr. Denning this afternoon, and not quite up. He thought he was going to be able to make it, not quite up to making it here tonight. And Mrs. Hill left me a message that she had a family emergency out of town and would not be able back in time to be here for the meeting. They send their regrets. We have a few awards and recognitions that we'd like to do. First of all, from the fire department, we'd like to announce the retirement of our fire equipment mechanic. For 28 years, Randall Hendrick is leaving us at the end of January. He's already gone. Great job. We're going to miss him. Worked with his dad at the police department for many years. I'd like to also announce that the Bowling Green Warren County Drug Task Force received the Drug Task Force of the Year Award from the Appalachian, I believe it's pronounced HIDA, the High Intensity Drug Trafficking Alliance. And we're proud of the work that they do. It's a very well-deserved award. And then finally, the Bowling Green Police Department recognized many people for their service awards last week. A couple I'd like to bring to the attention of everyone. The Character Counts Awards went to Officer Cameron Taylor. Civilian of the Year went to Jen Edwards, and Officer of the Year, Wade Hughes. And also we issued 2 medals, a meritorious medal for Barry Rayleigh, who I think, where are you, Doug? 3 cold cases that have been last year. Great job. And then a life-saving medal to Officer Michael Nade. Just like to recognize those. There are many other awards, too numerous to mention, but those are the ones I want to bring to your attention. Mr. Febo, do you have any comments this evening?
No comments, but there'll be a need for an executive session. Kate or Gene will read the reason.
I read this time, pursuant to provisions of Paragraph 61.810B for deliberations of the future sale of real property by the city, knowing what publicity would be likely to affect the value of a specific piece of property to be acquired for public use or sold by the city. Paragraph 61.810C, discussions of proposed or pending litigation against or on behalf of the city. And 61.810G, discussions between the city and the representative of a business entity and discussions concerning a specific proposal if open discussions would jeopardize the siting, retention, expansion, or upgrading the business.
So moved.
Second. Motion by Nash, second by Waltrip. Any discussion?
We may be the only two that heard.
That's what I was going to say. We might go ahead and write that down all night tonight. Please call the roll. Sorry.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Nash.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Approval of minutes for the January 17th, 2012 meeting.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash, second by Waltrip. Any comments? Please call the roll.
Waltrip.
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. This is an opportunity in our meetings for public comment. If you have anything you'd like to say, we'd invite you to come to the microphone now. The comments are limited to items that are not on our agenda. But if seeing no one step forward, we'll continue on. The first item we have consideration is to add to the agenda Municipal Order 2012-25, which was not previously filed.
Yes. So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. Please call roll.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. So the first item that we'll be taking up is the item that we just added.
Go ahead and do that one first.
Yes,
Please.
please.
Okay, that'll be fine. Municipal Order 2012-25, municipal order approving the reappointment of Daniel R. Groves to the position of police officer in the police department.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. I'm getting dizzy here going back and forth.
I can address this. Mr. Groves has previously worked for us and entertained for a short period another career and found wisdom in wanting to come back to us. So we are here tonight to ask you to bring him back into the fold as an officer. Doug, do you want to add anything to that?
No, Danny's here. Danny wants to say.
Danny, you want to say something? Okay.
To everyone here, I'd like to say thank you for the opportunity to come back to work for the Bowling Green Police Department for Chief Hawkins. I did try to further myself and take another career, but wisely chose to come back to the Bowling Green Police Department where I feel at home. That's where my family and my friends are.
Glad for you to come back.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Sir.
Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Welcome back, Danny.
Mayor, if I may. Sure. I wanted to get that issue over with. I do not typically support late file agenda items. I've seen late file agenda items in the past used as a way to limit discussion on a particular item. I'm glad to say that has not happened since I've been on the Board of Commissioners, but I have seen it used to what I believe that way in the past. In this particular instance, I did support the late file of the rehiring of Officer Groves because to wait 2 weeks or to have a special call meeting in order to do that didn't seem prudent. When Officer Groves left the police department, he left in good standing. When I talked to Chief Hawkins about the issue, he told me that Danny was an officer that he hated to lose, and so to delay any further getting Danny back on the streets to work for the citizens of Bowling Green just didn't seem like a good move, and that is why, in this limited circumstance, I did support a late file agenda item. Thank you.
All right, sir. Thank you. All right, the next item is ordinance, second reading of ordinance 2012, number 2.
Ordinance amending Code of Ordinances, ordinance amending Chapter 9, General Offenses of the Code of Ordinances to make changes recommended by the Bowling Green Police Department related to the discharge of firearms and similar equipment.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Nash. This was thoroughly discussed at the last commission meeting. Any other comments? Please call the roll.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-14.
Municipal order authorizing the mayor to execute a change order to the memorandum of agreement with Kentucky Division of Waste Management relating to the Butler County landfill improvements.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. Mr. Lefebvre.
Item number 2 and number 3 are in the same family of action. As the commission knows and the public knows, we formerly had an active landfill out in Butler County that we have since closed. Once a landfill is closed, there's ongoing management of that. Particularly tenacious with any landfill is the issue of leachate, which is water that works its way down through the cover, and then you have to mitigate that. We've been working with the Division of Waste to use their money and in partnership with us to look at ways to manage this leachate. Item number 2 is a change order to allow us to receive more money from them, approximately $30,000 more. Item number 3 is an approval of a contract for AMEC to do the final design and planning to allow us to successfully manage the leachate. Jeff Lashley is here if you have any questions. I want to thank Matt Powell, who has been ramrodding these projects and has done an excellent job.
And just to comment further on that, I believe the state is so pleased with our program that they've chosen to provide additional funds to use us as a, I won't say an experiment, but a beta test for this particular effort. And we're excited about the relationship that we have with that organization. Any other discussion?
No, sir.
Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
If Gene goes down, do we have a plan C for who's going to read tonight?
I think I now have a sympathy call.
I draft Doug Hawkins.
I don't. No.
Okay, Municipal Order 2012, number 15.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2012-20 for the final design services for Butler County landfill improvements from AMAC Environment and Infrastructure, Inc. of Nashville, Tennessee, in the amount not to exceed $105,640.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip and second by Nash. Mr. Febo?
We had, just to add to what I said before, we had 5 bids. We took a unique and I think a proper approach in selecting an architect. We divided the question between skill and price, primarily because the state was willing to pay the differential. And so we believe, based on our interviews of both experience and the approach to the problem, that AMEC is the best firm, and the state will provide us the money to cover the cost. So we recommend approval.
Any other questions? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012-16.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2012-19 for information technology security and general controls audit from Securance Consulting of Tampa, Florida, in the amount of $28,200.
So moved.
Second.
Nash and Waltrip.
I think every day all of us read stories about how some city or company is having their information technology systems hacked into and manipulated. This has been a concern of ours, both internally and externally, to look at our IT systems holistically and have a consultant come in and look at our security. This was also a priority of the Internal Auditing Board, and Deborah Jenkins is here and has recommended that under the advice of the Audit Committee that we undertake this. It was in our budget, recommended in our budget. We were not able to do it at budget time, but thanks to Kate and others, we've been able to find the funds to make this happen, and we recommend that we do it to look at our internal and external security. Deborah, do you want to add anything?
Any questions?
No, sir.
Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012, number 17.
Municipal order authorizing and accepting bid number 2012-24 for police department renovations from S&J Construction of Bowling Green, Kentucky, in the amount of $61,350.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash, second by Waltrip. Mr. Febo?
Yes. As we all know, we have an excellent police department building and department. It's built very modernly, and one of the things that it uses is the idea of open space or larger space. We discovered that our detectives function better in an environment in which there's more privacy. So Doug has asked that we look at reconfiguring some open space detectives use, and to use some money he has access to, go out to bid to construct a detective space. And we're here tonight to ask you to award the bid to S&J, who was the lowest bid of those who passed through the bidding process. Doug, you have anything else you want to add? Tersely.
couple of words. Thank you. Just to reiterate what Mr. Febo said, I think it's important, and what we've realized is what we gained in flexible workspace several years ago when we designed that area and thought that would be a good solution. What we've now realized is there's a great deal of interruption from conversation, from overhearing the neighbor's phone calls or the neighbor detective phone calls, from banter going on back and forth discussing cases. We realize that there is some interruption of work in that respect, and although that leads to good communication, it also adds to the disruption if people need privacy in the investigations they're working on. And so we feel like that it's worth spending the money to improve the workspace, to improve ideally productivity, while at the same time we are going to make some small improvements in our evidence, property and evidence area, and we're going to expand the break room. And if you know anything about our criminal investigation staff, Detective Tim Wilson is the resident cop who cooks on midday periodically, and frankly, he likes to cook for the men too. So we're expanding their workspace a little bit because most of them choose to eat their lunch at the station, and they need more space for that as well.
I was okay till the Tim
Yeah, I know.
To allow him to do any more cooking may not be right, but I
Thank
guess.
you.
I've never once been invited.
Nor have I.
You don't, well, you don't want to.
Never once. Been invited.
You are invited at my request at the next lunch.
That'll make me popular.
Any other questions?
No.
Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012, number 18.
Municipal order approving agreement with Kentucky Mountain Bike Association Bowling Green Area Chapter related to use of park property for the development of nature surface trails.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. Mr. Febo.
A little less than a year ago, we were approached by a group of young men and women who were interested in developing a mountain bike trail down at the Walden Peak Park. We went through all the discussion on the due diligence. We're here tonight to ask you to approve that agreement with them. The end result will be 1.5 miles of mixed-use trail, primarily for biking. It involves a 2-year agreement, and they have agreed to not only build it, maintain it, but insure it. So we're happy about the arrangement, and I think it adds to our green space and linear parks that we have. So I think some of the gentlemen are here who represent the organization if they
I think
need
the
to
whole
add
crew's here tonight, aren't they?
And I think the Quail Group was notified, and they looked at it, and they had no issues with this
Right.
as well.
But the entire mountain bike trail people are here. Do you have anything you need to add to it?
Thank you for this opportunity.
Appreciate that. Thank you for coming. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. You're welcome to stick around if you like.
It's riveting.
You'll have to furnish me a bike.
With training wheels and
And a
power.
helmet. And a helmet.
Okay, Municipal Order 2012, number 19.
Municipal order approving an agreement related to installation and maintenance of Viper remote connection with Commonwealth Health Corporation.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Waltrip, second by Nash. Mr. Febo.
One of the priorities that the commission established for staff is to, through collaboration with other entities in the area, to improve our public safety. Tonight on the agenda, you have 3 such municipal orders dealing with that collaboration. The first, number 7, our 2012-19 deals with a collaboration we have with CHC to allow them to use what is called a Viper remote to tap into our 911 system because they do ambulance dispatch. And we looked at it and feel it not only would be helpful, but it won't cause us any problems. Did I get that right, Doug? So we recommend it.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012, number 20.
Municipal order authorizing acceptance of a grant from the U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Bureau of Justice Assistance through the Bulletproof Vest Partnership Program in the amount of $7,560.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Nash and second by Waltrip. Mr. Febo, this is a rather routine item. We do this quite a lot.
Yeah, I had a little preamble to this one though. Did a little research about the Justice Department and this program. They are committed to, obviously, to improving police science across the nation through training, as well as through active assistance. In this case, we're looking at active assistance. One of their goals is to help local departments have proper equipment. In today's environment, proper equipment means bulletproof vests. So we're here tonight to accept about $7,500 of their money, and we'll match that to provide 18 new vests for our officers.
We appreciate the assistance on that. That's a lot of work.
Jennifer Nash is here, and she did the work. No relation to Slim. I thought I had that.
I think she appreciates every time you point it out.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip,
Yes.
Nash,
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Yes. Municipal Order 2012, number 21.
Municipal order approving exchange of information agreement with Kentucky Department of Revenue and authorizing city employees to request, receive, and provide information.
So moved.
Second?
Waltrip and Nash. Mr. Febo.
The disclosure of tax information at the local level as well as the state level is fairly regulated. If any of the public thinks that people are exploring their taxes, that's simply not true. It's heavily regulated. The state has asked us to provide a list of people who are allowed to have access to tax records. This agreement allows the mayor to provide that listing. That list would be Jeff Meisel, David Lyons, Jennifer Phillips, Katie Schaller, and for obvious reasons, Doug Hawkins. So we recommend your approval. In some degree, this is pro forma, but it represents an important commitment to keep information confidential.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Yes.
Nash,
I'm trying to help her.
Yes, it confused me though.
Yes.
Wilkerson.
Municipal Order 2012, number 22.
Municipal order approving tax increment financing district summary of 2010 incremental revenue and authorizing distribution of $100,937 to Warren County Downtown Economic Development Authority, Inc.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Waltrip and second by Nash. Mr. Febo.
When we signed up to participate in the tax increment financing project and proposal in the city of Bowling Green, we committed to provide 80% of all new activity in a certain catchment area, the TIF district, and to distribute those funds to the Chapter 58. We're here tonight to authorize a distribution of approximately $101,000 to the Warren County Downtown Economic Development Authority, which they will use to help pay bills and to foment further development in the TIF district. Jeff, you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, I won't bore you with the actual calculation, but this, I know today is February 7th, 2012, but this is for the tax year 2010. It takes us about a year to get this thing wrapped up and reconciled every year, but again, we have 50 block area that we measure growth in. Two areas, the original area made up of roughly 18 blocks, including the ballpark. And then you have the expanded area that goes down around the medical center. The first area has a base of 2000, has a base year 2006. The expanded area has a base year 2007. We grow those base years each year by 2.03% CPI percentage to adjust that base for the inflation. And then from there we look at current year revenues to compare, and the original area, as I mentioned in my memo, produced just under 32,000 in growth, and then the expanded area produced right around 94,000 in net growth. and we look at property tax growth, employee withholding tax growth, and net profit tax growth, and net all those together. And as I mentioned in my memo, there was significant construction wages that were generated down at the SkyPack construction. Look for those again probably in 2011, but mostly the rest of the growth comes from the existing employers in the district. And as you can see from my summaries, you know, in the original area, blocks 5, 8, and 10 were kind of your big producers. And then if you look at the expanded spreadsheet, blocks 202, 214, and 223 were the big producers there. But that's how it shook out. It's quite a bit more than last year, but again, we had the SkyPack construction wages and some other big growth occurring in the district.
If I can summarize, we're getting all the tax money we had always gotten in TIF, and this is the growth over and above without raising taxes in there. It's the growth over and above that, and we split it 80-20 with the TIF district. We're getting 25 and they're getting 100.
That's correct.
Okay. Any questions? No. Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. Municipal Order 2012, number 23.
Municipal order approving agreement related to pictometry, imagery, and software between the City of Bowling Green and Warren County Fiscal Court.
So moved.
Motion by Waltrip, or Nash, second by Waltrip. Febo.
Items 11 and 12 are in the same family of action and relation. As we presented to you probably maybe less than a year ago, we felt the need to get new aerial photographs done to help better serve our 911 center. But we also know that there's collateral uses for these same aerial photographs. A number of years ago, there was a group of like 7 agencies that came together to buy the pictometry. We attempted that, I believe, about a year ago, and the county took the lead, and that didn't go anywhere. So we made a decision, with your blessing, to have our police department use its funds to buy the pictometry, and that we would individually and incrementally find partners to help defease the cost. The first partner that we were able to secure was the PVA for $15,000. We approached Judge Buchanan and Steve Hunter and about the possibility of the county participating with us, and they've agreed to sign on for $15,000. And Municipal Order 24, we approached BGMU to see if they would be interested. They are, but at a lesser degree, because they only needed a certain element of the program. So our desire is to have an equal distribution of the cost and have the product working, serving both public safety needs as well as the needs of developers and others in the community. So we're asking you to approve this agreement with the county. I believe the county is very excited about this, and so are we.
So everybody will understand, pictometry is aerial photography, but not only from straight down, but kind of from angles. If you go to Bing, B-I-N-G maps, and go to their, was it Bird's Eye? That's what it's called, I think. You can see something similar to it, but this is a much more detailed and exhaustive program.
And again, I think it fits with your direction for us to approach problems from a collaborative way with different partners. So again, items 11 and 12 accomplish that.
Any discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. And Municipal Order 2012, number 24.
Municipal order approving agreement related to pictometry imagery between the City of Bowling Green and Bowling Green Municipal Utilities.
So moved.
Second?
Motion by Waltrip and second by Nash. Mr. Febo, do you have anything else to add?
Just that the price for this particular collaboration is $7,500 because they don't need the full services offered by pictometry. It's our intent to, in the near future, to approach other utilities and have them buy in. We believe our responsibility in this collaboration is the same as the county, $15,000. So we're hoping to defease the total cost by spreading it among all the partners.
And this is countywide,
Yes.
not just for the city?
Yeah.
No. Any other discussion? Please call the roll.
Waltrip?
Yes.
Nash?
Yes.
Wilkerson?
Yes. That's the last item on our regular agenda. We are going into closed session. It'll take about a 5-minute recess and then reconvene in closed session.
No vote that I'm aware of,
No votes coming out.
unless the one item.
All right, thank you for coming and tuning in.